We are live. All righty. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho. Brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is March 30th, 2023. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Sportscast and all our channels on YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Stitcher. On iTunes, we have a Jersey Boys Sports Talk podcast. Please leave a rating and a review. It'll help us out tremendously. Just go, if you have an iPhone, the little purple button, hit podcast, download it. You're there. Subscribe. You can hear us anytime you want, particularly when we're doing this season, when we're doing the drafts, mock drafts, and depth charts. Please subscribe to the YouTube Sportscast on the Sportscast on YouTube, and by smashing that subscribe button and hit notifications, you'll know anytime we are live, and you'll be able to see past shows. There's also a playlist called Jersey Boys Sports Talk, as well as all the other shows we have. We have a lot of great shows during the week. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 8 p.m. We always have guests. We're getting excited for the draft coming up. We'll get ready to go. You can also hear us on your smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, and it'll start going. All right, let's get it going. How you doing today, by Mr. Byron Jones?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been in the 60s and 70s right here. Ooh-wee, man, it's like a heat wave.
Byron, you may need to log in and log out, because also welcome to our show is Kevin Tyre, our buddy, a fellow Floridian Miami Dolphin fan. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
All right, so Kevin, I can hear you clearly. You can hear me clearly, you know?
Right.
I think it's something on Byron, so Byron's going to come right back in. All right, today we got a show. You know me, I'm pretty outlined in my shows. I don't know if Santiago's told you. Some of the other guys, when they do my show, they get my outline script. But depending on who's on the show, right? I also want to see if we can make us both hosts. Depending on who's on the show, I'll pivot a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll go towards Dolphins. I'll give you questions about what's happening. You know, obviously we're going to talk about stuff with Jets and stuff. But today I want to talk about a few things, but I want to wait till Byron comes back. How are you doing? Well, anyhow, why don't we get going? Let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the AFC East. You know, they are a couple pieces, right? And so far, the only one. Well, I can't say the only one, but you know, listening to sports, watching sports and listening to sports, you know, one, either I pick up things, or two, you find a person that kind of has your point of view. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean my point of view is correct or not, but it's just my point of view.
Right.
So Swagoo from First Take, you familiar with him?
Swagoo, First Take.
Yeah. He is.
Oh, that's
what's his real name? How do you know this? Swagoo.
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about NFL. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on. Let's put it here.
He was an offensive lineman, I think it was something like that.
From First.
Swagoo.
I always know that. Marcus Spears. There you go.
Yeah.
Marcus Spears. Okay. Byron, you gonna join us? What's going on? You gotta pay that electric bill, buddy. Or feed the ducks so they can run on the treadmill so you can get electricity. So anyways, a couple pieces I posted on. So the AFC East, right, on the sports show, two of the commentators picked the Jets to win the AFC East.
But really? Wow.
And two picked Buffalo to win the AFC East.
They picked them, the Jets, if they get Aaron Rodgers. Right?
It's only based on Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so that's number one, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Then the comment last week when, all right, here we go, and we'll just wrap this up too, so we'll get into it. Mr. Byron, you there? He's coming in, and then. Last week Andres was on our show, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking, and so Andres was pretty adamant, as well as I get. He's like, "Are you telling me that the Jets are one quarterback away from the Super Bowl. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not saying they're one quarterback away from the Super Bowl. I'm saying they're one Aaron Rodgers away from at least making it to the playoffs. Right. I didn't pick him to win. Winning the AFC East is a different ballgame, but I'm just telling you what they picked. I didn't necessarily pick him, but I think if Aaron Rodgers goes there, they're gonna make the playoffs. So he's like, "You think they're only one?" I said, "No." I sent out a little audio clip. Byron, you heard that audio clip, right?
No.
It was almost identical to Marcus Spears, Swagoo. It was almost identical as if it was like listening to me and Andres Gisper talking. Not that he needs to, but I'm just saying his words, I had to stop, rewind it, and put record on my phone so I could upload it to Byron and Andres and Santiago. I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but there's like a little chat group. Right. And he goes, well, everybody's saying that there's such a disaster and you're one quarterback, you're one Aaron Rodgers away, then why wouldn't you give up all these picks? My whole point was he was making that comment that they're Aaron Rodgers away from being able to at least make the playoffs or so forth. I don't know if they can win no Super Bowl, but anyhow, that was my comment. So Byron, we just started on this real quick until you got back on, and we're going to go into your piece. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what do you think about that? Okay.
What, as far as them winning the AFC East?
No, about the whole dialogue. What I just said, the whole dialogue regarding with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not. He's a great quarterback. I'm not a big fan of his prima donna attitude. He's a prima donna, and like, okay, I'm gonna have a temper tantrum if I don't get my way. So I think Green Bay should just cut ties with him. Let him go to the Jets and see what happens.
This is going to happen. I mean, I don't think there's nothing's going to stop it from happening. I guess what I'm looking for as a Dolphin fan, right? One, they also made the comments like, "Hey, don't count out the Patriots." And I go, and they're saying that like the Dolphins are loading up. They got like Olympic receivers and stuff. So the AFC, they're saying could be what they thought the AFC West was going to be last year. So I guess my comments is, what are your thoughts about if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets? How is that going to change the dynamics of the AFC East? Like, what would you rank the AFC East if he goes there? And supposedly Beckham is looking to go there too, but let's forget about Beckham for now. Aaron Rodgers is right now, let's say he's on the Jets. They got the receivers they have. Outside of, Andre Gisper made a good point that if they take that hit, that they may have to dismantle most of that defense. I don't know about that. Byron can answer that better. What are your thoughts on the AFC East on that?
I got the Dolphins number 1, Buffalo number 2, Jets number 3, and New England number 4.
Ooh,
we're not scared of Aaron Rodgers, period.
Okay.
We're not scared of the Jets. We're not scared of anybody in that division. They should be scared of us.
Spoken like a true Dolphin fan.
We loading up. You see it. We're loading up. The only thing I would say they need to improve on is that offensive line. And
seems to be the trend.
Just like the Jets. This is all contingent on them getting Aaron Rodgers. Our situation is contingent on Tua staying healthy.
Okay, so we're gonna get back to that. All right, I want to come back because I want to go with what Byron's put a lot of work in some of the stuff we did.
Okay,
but I want to get back to that statement because that statement bothers me by whoever makes that statement in front of a team.
Okay,
right, and it happened with my son with the Nets, right, when Kyrie and Harden and Durant were there. He goes, well, if they stay healthy, they're going to win it all. And my comment is, you start that statement anytime, that's a problem to begin with, right? So, but we'll come back to the AFC. Want to go there? Byron, real quick on his picks on the AFC East regard. We'll come back to it. What do you think?
No.
What do you got?
I got if the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, I have.
Just say it. Let's assume he does. Where the assumption is there, it's done.
The Jets first. Buffalo.
You do pick them.
The Buffalo second.
Ooh.
Miami third, and New England last. The
All
Jets
right.
have the best defense in the conference for the division.
Yeah. And what was I going to tell you? I was mentioning it before you came on that on the show, on some of the sports shows today. There were four of the hosts were two picked Buffalo and two picked Jets. So I haven't really picked who would win the AFC right now. My thing is it's just a coup if they make it to the playoffs and win one round, right? But I could see that. All right, Kevin, come on.
I guess I'm not hit the button.
All right. Well, I don't have a pick yet. I got to think about that. I hate pushing someone who's won it a couple of years already. That's pretty strong, like Buffalo, out so fast. But I think they're gonna make it in there. Yeah. So we'll come back to that. But let's get back to I got a few topics I want to go over before we get into some of the things that Byron has. Byron's done a lot of good stuff with the draft, Kevin. He has a depth chart for the Giants. So we're gonna go around a few of those because some of those will last. We also took a long time with the NCAA last week. So real quick, I just want to give a quick shout again to the Nova Southeastern University Sharks going undefeated. Why am I there twice?
Nice.
I see. I'm here. All right, there you go, Kev. They went undefeated, Byron. First of all, I didn't know they were undefeated. They were undefeated. And remember the young man I was talking to you about, Dallas Graziani?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a redshirt freshman. I told you he's 5'9". Let me give you his stats. Okay, this young man, God bless him, played more minutes than any of the starters on the Sharks. Right? He played 38 minutes, and the closest one was 34 and 32, but those were bigger guys. That goes to show you how his dad coached. His dad coached my son and with my son's team, and then he also coached his sons in their team. He has two sons, and the youngest one, Dallas, would play 2 grades up with his older brother, right? But he would coach 2 teams at any time. I was a third coach, and I would always be there if one of the other coaches couldn't make it because the games were going on at the same time. But anyways, he would only play AAU with 7 players. That's it. Other teams would walk in with 15. They would walk in with 11, 12. As soon as I saw a team walking in with more than 8 or 9 players, I'm like, we got them. And at first, you wouldn't think that. One, it's hard in AAU to have only 7 players and they all show up because, everyone's up and down. But we had a team that was solid that showed up. But his philosophy is, he goes, I want every kid to be playing. I want you to get your minutes. I don't want anyone. If you don't come, you don't show up, you're gone. I'm going to have someone. But if you're on this team at 7 players and that's all I'm running, get ready to play. So we were out endurance everybody, and the team gelled because they played so much. You have 7 players, so you only have 2 substitutes. You know what I mean? Right. You get a little trouble with fouls. If you get into foul trouble, but played a disciplined team. I guess my point I'm making for a young man to be a redshirt freshman, 5'9", and I say that because it is what it is, and to play that many minutes shows the endurance of playing on a team for that long with so few players, right? So God bless him. But Byron, he scored 24 points, 9 assists. He almost had a double-double in the NCAA championship, 3 steals. He only has 2 turnovers. He leads the NCAA in assists to turnovers. I think like 300 and something to like 40 turnovers. So his assist to turnover ratio is the best in the NCAA right now. He was 4 for 7 from 3-point range, which is pretty good. And he was 6 for 7 at the free throw line. And let me tell you, his dad did not mess around with any players at the free throw line. Like did not mess around. He'd take you out. You miss a free throw. But God bless him, man. So the NC and they over Southeastern University, Florida school, national championships undefeated. And I'm proud to know that family is a really good family. Again, shout out to the Sharks. I lectured there, so I'm proud to be a lecturer there. And also, I'm really happy for them and Dallas Graziani. Pretty good stats, Byron, for a young gentleman.
Not bad at all.
Shoot, in a championship game, I don't think he averaged that during the season. I'm pretty positive. Like even the last game, he only had like 8, 9 points, but he has a lot of assists. But he was just lighting it up when it counted. So that was awesome. Shout out to them. And real quick, so I'm going to get that out. I would show you some, but I know we can't show it. So then we got the Final Four. We got the women's, the LSU versus Virginia Tech. Anybody got any take on that?
LSU.
LSU. All right.
LSU.
And then we got Iowa versus South Carolina.
Upset Iowa.
Really?
I'm taking Iowa too.
Really?
Yeah, that girl could
It's
shoot.
scrappy, man.
That young lady could shoot,
that's
man.
that girl that's like, what is her name?
Caitlin Clark, I think her name is.
Yeah, they scrappy.
Yeah, she's a baller, no? I mean,
Yeah.
she's like putting up like double triples.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, but South Carolina's got the experience and the coach.
Well,
Right.
Dawn Staley is a Philly girl, so just so you know.
Who's that's the coach?
The head coach, South Carolina, yeah.
Oh, is she really? All right. Well, she's done pretty good, man. You know,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
still there. It's hard to beat them. And hey, well, and what year is that young lady?
Caitlin, I think
Yeah.
she's junior, maybe junior, senior.
Really? So she must have been good already, but she must be just having a great
They
year.
were talking about her today that she made $2 million with NIL.
Wow.
$2 million.
She needs to come see Victor Arocho and Valuable Assets. I can tell her.
Oh, stop.
You can steal your money. You can have it protected from bankruptcy, IRS, or anything like that. Come and see me, Kaylin. You want to put your money away? I'm going to show you how to store your money, invest it so you can grow that money and keep that $2 million for the rest of your life. How you like that, Byron? All righty. All right, so then we have that. And then now the men's Final Four.
Ooh, yeah.
What we got? I got FAU, Florida.
Yeah.
That's incredible for FAU. FAU, you're familiar with FAU, Byron, or no?
No, not really.
Vocal, right?
FAU may be like, it's not even a Rutgers in basketball. Rutgers is even a better basketball team. I mean, the women's basketball of Rutgers is good, but the men's basketball team from time to time is pretty good. FAU, you don't know them for basketball.
Right.
You don't know them for really, they're okay, but for them to make it is incredible. So shout out to them, number one. So you got FAU versus, hold on a second, versus San Diego State. What do you got, Byron?
Which one is it again?
FAU, San Diego State.
I'm going with FAU to take it all. I'm going to take it, win everything.
Going with the underdog.
Against my
Going with the Cinderella story.
That's right.
The Hurricanes are playing against
You got the U in there too now. Yeah, you
the U's in there, so we can have an all Florida.
That would be awesome. That would be crazy.
That would be phenomenal.
The state would go crazy.
Crazy. I'm talking, and Byron, you're talking. It's like Florida's big, but we're talking maybe an hour and a half away from each other. 2 hours. I live in Fort Lauderdale, so it's maybe 2 hour difference, Byron, max.
Yeah.
That's how close the schools are.
Yeah,
if that.
Yeah.
And so the University of Miami, you got to give them a shout out to them against UConn. UConn's going to be tough, but Miami's done pretty well. So I can't complain.
Don't forget that's a Jersey guy, the head coach of UConn. That's Danny Hurley.
Okay, but don't forget the star for University of Miami is a Jersey guy.
There you go. We all over the place.
No, I'm going to show you something now. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, no, they were saying Jersey was all over it. Look at the star from University of Miami. I forgot his last name, Wong, right? But he is from New Jersey, right? You had Fairleigh Dickinson make it. We had Princeton make it, right? And so they were talking about Jersey's basketball, which is massive. Jersey was represented hard throughout the entire bracket.
Yeah.
So I had a little picture I'm bringing up. Kevin, I don't know, something wrong with your video. He keeps showing me, showing you.
Showing everybody.
Let me hit the invite.
Hit the what? Don't have a background. Like hit blurry background or something.
I can't see me.
You can't see you?
I can't see myself. I only see you two guys.
You should be go to here.
You
more. You should be able to go look at like gallery if it's up top.
But anyway,
here, go to the right corner, hit view.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll say gallery and hit gallery.
Yeah, hit gallery. Yeah, that's it. That's not showing me.
Yeah, you hit gallery?
Yeah.
Follow. How'd you call in? Did you call in by your cell phone or through the computer?
No, I forwarded the link to my email and then I opened it up in my email.
So everything's on your computer now. Okay, you're good now. All righty. We got Jersey represented. We got two Florida teams. I'm pretty excited about that.
Wait, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget in the McDonald's All-American game, they had a Wagner, another one, the third generation Wagner, and another
Wagner,
kid.
really?
Yeah.
Where's he? What college does he want to go to?
He's going to Kentucky. Him and his teammate at Camden, both of them are going to Kentucky together.
Oh, Camden as well. Oh, remember they all went to Louisville last time.
Yeah, because his dad, I think his grandfather was one of the coaches at Louisville back in Milt Wagner.
But Milt plays the guy played against you, though.
Yeah, that's Milt. That's the grandfather.
That's the grandfather.
They have the grandfather.
Show your age, Byron.
Whatever.
Yeah, just so you know, Kevin, Byron played played all sports in high school. He obviously he played for Minnesota, but he played basketball. And when he played basketball, his senior year, we were good, most of the time. But his senior year, that's when the schools from Neptune and Camden were like.
Well,
Byron was our
our
biggest guy at 6.
No. I was gone. That was a year after me.
No, but the year you were there, they were still there. They were just
we scrimmaged them, so that was another story.
Yeah, but my point being, Kevin, is that Byron's 6'5", 6'6", right, Byron?
Yeah.
All right, Byron was our center. Their guards were 6'6".
Whoa.
Exactly. So they're starting guards. So I think all 4 or 5 of their starting players all went to Louisville. And
Billy Thompson,
Milt Wagner. And that's what he's talking about right now. And then when Byron went to college, my sophomore year, that basketball team still had some of the players that were there when Byron left. We went undefeated, won the counties, went all the way to the States, and then lost against this team with Milt Wagner and Neptune. And Neptune ended up winning it, but Camden had the bigger team. Camden was the favorite.
No, well, Neptune was big. I saw them play because I came home.
Neptune was big. Massive, man. You know
Neptune
what it is to have their guards the size of our center? I mean, they were all big, right, Byron?
One kid was 6'10". One for Neptune was 6'10".
Yeah. The center was 6'10". The guards were 6'6". I mean, and my senior year, our tallest guy was 6'4". I mean, my sophomore year. So anyhow, that's who he was talking about. Hey, I just want to make Byron, we always I just want to shout out and blessings. Well, my stepdad passed away this weekend, and he was married to my mom for 28 years. My mom passed away about 6 years ago. She loved him, he loved her, he made her super happy. My dad also remarried for 20 something years, and a great stepmom as well. Thank God my dad doing pretty well right now. But shout out to my stepdad, Dave Cave, and the Cave family, all in North Carolina. It was tough. It was sad this weekend for me. It took me several days to get past, and I'm still not past it, but just wanted to say shout out. Byron, we always mention people. This is one that kind of hit home for me. So God rest your soul, Dave, and thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. All right, so now, Byron, we got your depth charts, right? So we're gonna go over. So Byron puts together. So what we have so far is I did some grading that I saw that was put out there, and then Byron, you have the depth chart for the Giants, and then we have a mock draft 3.0. I was about to say mock 3.0. All right. So, all right. So, I didn't want to do that. You're messing me up. Kevin, you there?
Yeah, I see that the video was acted up, so I just closed my camera.
Yeah, but shut the video off, so then it'll just have me and Byron. We can hear you.
Gotcha.
Because then the way it views. There you go. Thanks.
Good.
All righty. So, all right, Byron. So I got your stuff, but I did it my way, like I'm always.
Oh Jesus! Oh.
Yeah, man. You don't want to do what I gotta do, because for the technically challenged people out there, Byron.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You were fine. You would do what I have to do with your Excel sheets. All right, let's go.
Are you finished complaining?
Yeah, man, you're making me do extra work. You're
Yeah,
retired.
you'll be all right, man.
All right, so
Yeah.
look, this
Yeah.
is what I got. What I did, I got 317. This is where we started. So what I did,
Right.
all I did is to take it and put it in one sheet. So if you want, I'll send this back to you so you can
Nah,
do
I
it
don't
and
want it
send it
back,
to me.
man. I got it.
Yeah, you got nothing. Please do it this way, then it's easier.
Nah,
All
I
right,
don't want to
so
do it that way.
the only reason I want, what didn't you want to do?
Let's just keep going. Come on.
So look, this is your newest one. This was
Right.
last week. Okay.
Okay.
All
It
right.
ain't changed
So now let's go. Here's 330 as a 330 to depth chart. Let's try to move quickly because we got a lot to talk about here. What's changed?
much.
Let me see.
Nothing really.
So then what about we add other than adding like more receivers?
Well, the receiver, we talked about a receiver last week, Paris Campbell, from Baltimore, we got him. All these other guys, we're already signed there. Brenderson is going to be the left guard. Might as well move him back over there. We really don't have a center at this time.
Mhm.
So
we have 13 receivers.
Yeah, got a whole bunch of receiver.
Wow.
He can't complain that he doesn't have enough weapons. Somebody's got to shine.
Sounds like
Wait a minute.
competition.
There you go.
Oh my God, man, that's a lot of receivers.
They
Let's
carry
go-
what they carry, like 6? Usually carry
It's
6.
usually about 5 or 6, yeah.
But we got 13 receivers and 1, 2, and what?
And
6
5 tight ends.
6 tight ends? Is
5.
it 5?
Yeah, you usually carry like at the most 3 tight ends.
So
We
2
got
of them are
5
going to
tight
be without a
ends.
job.
Shit,
Right.
we got to move a tight end to center.
Nah,
All right, so nothing's changed here, Byron. So then,
not really. No, nothing.
All right, so we'll leave it. So I just wanted to put a change. The only thing that's changed that we added more receivers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had here 1, 2. What I'm trying to do is keep a running history of your stuff. So we went from 10 to
13.
13. We added 3 more receivers, and
Are these
One tight-
players
and a tight
currently
end.
on the roster? These are current players on the roster
Yes.
on the contract. Okay, got
Yep.
it.
yeah. Now last week, Andre Gisbert was saying that we'd get penalized if we didn't have 90 people at the start. So they may have just started picking up
Oh.
I think Byron would call them dollar store guys or something. like that.
I take those checks. I don't know if they get paid a lot.
Yeah, they do.
It's about $1 million.
They
Oh, I
get
take
paid.
it. I take it.
Yeah.
Take
See,
me out
listen
of
to
dollar
me.
store.
If they paid you 500, would you take it?
Man, you pay me 200. I'm good.
That's my point. I mean, shoot, to play the
Let's not
game
get
matters for a
greedy
little
here.
bit. Exactly. All right. So anyhow, Byron, that's how I have it here, so we can see how it changes when the draft comes. That's going to be interesting. All right.
Well, you figure
All right,
they got 11 draft picks, so it's going to be 11 new names on there.
And we have
Okay.
11 draft picks. And we
Brian,
have
do
11
you have the breakdown of their draft order? The Giants.
Not offhand, no.
No,
They're
we
number
did that.
20. I think they got the 25th pick. That's
Yeah, it starts getting
25.
late. All right. So here's the mock draft. And then Byron, what I did with your mock draft is I did 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, really?
What do you mean, really?
I was just saying, really, man. You keep messing with stuff, but that's okay.
What am I messing with? All I'm doing is
Wow.
instead of you giving me 3 Excel spreadsheets, I'm putting them in one.
Okay, man.
I want to see how you've changed, and I want our listeners and our viewers to, when they download it, they can get one and they can see whether they agree. They can mix and max. We should do something. We should do like a pool, like whoever gets the most amount of right picks. We'll do like an Amazon gift card or a couple in first, second, third place. We'll figure that one out. All right.
Like the NCAA bracket.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, speaking of the bracket, how many, that there's thousands and thousands of brackets that are done every year, right?
Right.
Guys,
Right.
do you know that there was but still you got to give them credit. 37 people at least registered that they could get the data, had these final 4 in the final 4.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
whoever had
rare.
it, if they
FAU.
played in Vegas, they're gonna win some big money. They gotta at least be up close to some big money. Because there's no way I could have thought FAU out of all 4 of those teams, FAU making it. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think the mattress guy lost $35 million.
Who?
The mattress guy.
What's the mattress guy?
It's some old dude, some old guy
That big money.
that bets like big crazy money on like the Final Four, the World Series, Super Bowl, like millions of dollars.
Like he won like 75 million.
Yeah,
But
why do you call him the mattress guy?
That's because he's like the mattress king, or what he owns, like a furniture store or something. Texas, where this guy is.
Yeah, that's where he That's where he made his fortune
in mattresses.
Yes.
That's a lot of mattresses to be giving away that kind of money.
That's a lot of stir for me to tell you that. I was looking at a mattress business, and it was interesting the numbers that they gave you of how many people buy beds. It's a huge, massive turnover of beds.
Yeah, you sleep. That's where you sleep half of your life. Almost half of your life. That's
just amazing. All right, so what has changed for you? Ooh, did you put Bryce Young number 1?
Yes. He is the best quarterback.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah. Yep.
You took Richardson out.
Yep.
And you put the little guy as number 1.
I sure did, because he's the best quarterback. He's the best pro-ready quarterback there is coming out.
Oh boy! And then you got your Ohio State guy in there.
Yep.
Right. You got Will Anderson. That's not the young man that's in trouble, is he?
No. This is the clean cut guy, Alabama guy. Clean cut.
31.
Oh, he's Alabama. I was talking about who's Georgia. The other guy's from Georgia, right?
Yeah, that's 31. He a beast, man.
Beast. Oh, you brought Will Levis up.
Well, he's getting ready to get knocked out the box because according to Today, he had bad interview, bad everything. He comes off as arrogant and entitled, so he might be dropping tremendously. He just basically screwed himself.
He just lost a lot of money.
A lot of money.
This is the one that Andre liked, right? That was the sleeper guy.
Yeah. But his mouth of whatever he's doing, with the meetings, is not good.
Interesting. You got Richardson going to the Seahawks?
Yeah. And you want to know why?
He'd set the backup to Geno Smith and work over there.
You don't have many years left.
Geno's 33 years old.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have that much time left.
Geno coming, he's gonna. I think he's gonna fall back to his medium. I think that was a fluke year for him.
Well, he got paid.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
Victor.
Yeah.
Hey, fix Richardson's name, man, while you sitting there doing something. R.I.
Yeah, Richardson.
Where?
Richardson.
What number?
Richardson.
It's an I. Number 7.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. I prove. Oh, you got Richardson right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now you know why you should do it the way I'm doing it. This all you have to do is copy and paste and just change it.
Yeah, okay, whatever, man. Yeah, Richardson.
All right. So you got him. All right, so where you got Giants? Let's just get to our teams. I don't want to. There's a lot of other stuff to talk about because when we go through these things, we go through long. When we get closer to draft, we'll go a little bit more in depth in there.
25.
All right, so what do we got? Well, let's see where we got. Where the Dolphins at?
No first round pick. We don't have a first round pick.
All right, so the Jets got it at 13. Oh, that's what they're saying. They want to give it up, right? Yeah. You got. Let's see.
There we go. Number 25.
Another receiver?
That's right. Another one.
Is this guy good?
Very good. He was.
I like USC receivers. Is he big?
He was the Blitnikoff. Well, he came from Pitt originally. He went to Pitt. Well, no, he went USC. Yeah, he was at Pitt with Kenny Pickett, and then he transferred to USC with Caleb Williams, who's going to be the number 1 pick quarterback next year.
You mentioned his name. Wasn't his name mentioned like a year ago or 2 years ago? Why do I know that name, Caleb Williams?
USC. He was at Oklahoma, and he transferred from Oklahoma to USC, and he won the Heisman.
That's it. Yeah. I thought he's staying in.
What? No, he's got another year.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not coming out for the draft.
No, next year. This is his year.
Well, he's smart. Then he'll get paid big time. All right, you got let's go here. You got the Buffalo over there. Cowboys don't care. Philly don't care. Where Miami don't have a first round pick at all?
No. Tariq, we lost that.
Oh, that's right.
Was it Tariq or was it Bradley Chubb? It might have been Bradley Chubb.
All righty. So, all right, Byron, we're going to go a little bit more in depth in there. But I want to show you that we can always come back to this. Just want to go over. Let me show you what they're grading. Actually, here they're grading the Cowboys of having the best grade for the
What, an A?
Yeah, for free agency. Yeah. So here, look, we'll go here. You tell me what you think. Okay, Kevin. Also, you tell me if you can you see my screen. All right. So they put Giants at B. They got the Cowboys at an A minus, which is still A. They got Philly at a B plus, and they got Washington at a B minus.
Looks like everybody improved.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
but
great,
still,
yeah.
but if Dallas, and then they got Dallas winning the NFC East again. This is why NFC East non-Dallas fans hate Dallas, because the second Dallas does any sniffle, they're already winning it.
Yeah, but they did pick up a good receiver. Brandon Cooks is a really good receiver. So now, Lamb is not, the
By himself.
primary focus of everybody. And Stephon Gilmore was an all-pro cornerback. So now you pair him with Diggs on the other side. They're pretty good on defense.
Mhm.
And they signed
right.
Leighton Vander Esch. They kept him. So that was a big signing.
Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah. Hey, can you go ahead, Byron? Keep going, but this pick up. I got to take this real quick.
Keep-
Let's talk about the draft.
Oh, the draft or the other thing?
The draft. This. Hello.
All right, we got
Hello.
who we keep. Okay, the Darren Waller, tight end from Oakland. Oh, no, Oakland. I keep saying Oakland. Las Vegas. That's a good signing. 2 tight end offense he could run. Barkley might be a little angry guy because of the franchise tag, with him. Daniel Jones, Victor, we had a big discussion about the money that Daniel is getting now, $40 million a year franchise quarterback. So he's still a little upset about that. Bobby Okiri, the linebacker that got him from the Indianapolis Colts. That's a good signing. We needed a linebacker really, really, really bad. Sterling Shepard's coming back from another injury. Well, I think it was Achilles this time. Veteran minimum, he was signed. So we'll see if he can make it through a season. Roche is a lineman, deaf guy they picked, Raheem Nunez. He's a deaf guy. Paris Campbell, great speed out of Ohio State. He was with both. I don't know what's up with the Indianapolis Colts, all these guys, but 4.31, receiver. He can run.
All right.
Jamison Crowder, another deaf guy. He's a punt returner. So we'll see how things go.
Oh, so they got a lot of role players, basically.
A lot of role players.
Well, role players they coming to that sport. Football, that the role players pretty much, they have to be solid because, injuries can occur at any time. So you need good role players.
But you figure with the Giants got 13 wide receivers, they do have enough, as I call them, dollar store signings. That's what they have, a whole bunch of them.
Maybe 2 of them will make it to the practice squad,
Yeah, probably a few of them should, and some of them they'll cut, and we'll see. But yeah, at least they're going to be a lot better, than what they were, at the receiver position last year, because last year was very interesting.
Yeah, but you can make a nice living, let's say being a receiver or lower tier receiver, but you are excellent on special teams,
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys, you figure a lot of them receivers, when they were playing in high school and college or whatever, they never ran down on punts. They never ran down on kickoffs. And, and even when they get, in college, most of the guys, they were stars wherever they were playing or close to being a star. And they ain't never touched, special team, except for maybe a couple of them, were punt returners or maybe kick returners. But as far as actually earning $1 running down there on a punt, the gunner on a punt or running down a kickoff, that's a little bit different.
Sorry, guys. What do you think about Washington?
Well, I told you last week about Deron Payne signing that big contract, and now our guy Dexter Lawrence is next to the line to get paid. I think Deron Payne signed for like 90 million or whatever what it was. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. The Giants trying to re-sign, Dexter, and then we lost Nick Gates. He was a center and guard for us. That was the guy with the bad broke his not his ankle, but his leg, and like 7 surgeries, and he just came back, and he played well the last couple of years. That one hurt though. That hurt.
Do you agree with this grading?
Well, go to the Eagles. I got to smack them around for a second.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there you go. They lost Hargrave. That was that's 11 sacks out the window right there. They lost Miles Sanders. That's about 1,200 yards. TJ Edwards, very good linebacker. Salamalo, starting guard. Gardner Johnson, they could have kept him, and they were talking about that today and yesterday, that if they had to re-sign Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox for the money they signed those 2 older players, that they would have been able to keep Gardner Johnson. But because they wanted to be loyal to Brandon Graham, who's been there over 10 years, and Cox, Gardner Johnson, a key safety for them last year, left. You also have Andre Dillard. He was a former #1 pick, backup, tackle. When people got hurt, he would go in, but he's gone. Gardner Minshew, backup quarterback. You always need one of them.
Yeah.
But they did sign Marcus Mariota, which we see right there, and I see they signed Boston Scott, who was a giant killer, who has, out of the 10 touchdowns he scored 7 against the Giants.
Man, let me tell you, Mariota stays around. I mean, how long has he been in the league?
Man, not that long.
Really?
Long enough that he's probably made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, he's
all you need to do is a backup quarterback. It's just
exactly
be able to come in there and show good face, maybe win a game or 2. If
the two positions you want to play, back. You want to be a backup quarterback, and you want to be a long snapper. Those are the 2 spots that you want to be if you want to stay around a long time.
Yeah, that's the least path of resistance.
Yep. So all those kids out there, if you're somewhat athletic or whatever, and you can learn how to snap the ball, learn how to be a long snapper. You get a college scholarship and everything. Maybe even play in the NFL. If you're good enough.
Yeah, get you 15 years
15.
unharmed.
Yep. Well, we did. What was the guy named Trey Junkin? The Giants had a guy. He played for 18 years, long snapper.
Yeah, we did down here in Miami too. We had a guy played about 16, 17 years, and could have kept going, but it was, just want to spend more time with his family, I guess.
All right. So Byron, you okay with this?
Yeah.
This grading?
Yep.
All right. So there you got Dallas there, the Eagles, and then Giants, and then Washington. So let's see what we do. Hopefully we do better on the picks. All righty. So let's keep going. All right. To answer your question, out of 310 members of Pro Football Hall of Fame, there's only 15 members that are owners.
And you know why I brought that up?
Wow.
I want to know why some of them are in as owners. Why is here? I'm gonna throw some names out there. Jerry Jones. What has he done the last 25 years?
Yeah.
Made a whole lot of more money.
Yeah, besides making the money, what has he done for the game of football besides, increasing, the revenue, as far as with, different, companies, he did that, but that was more for self.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
and
why
everybody else followed. But what has he done to change the game to be in the Hall of Fame?
I think we probably don't see it as much, but he's given the NFL in a whole a lot of ideas how to grow the NFL. Because the NFL, since he's been in the league, has grown tremendously, and also the value of his team has grown tremendously. So I think it's more of an economic type of deal that he helped, grow the NFL. I think that's what it is, and not as far as him doing, do squat for his.
He's a cowboy. He's a cowboy owner. That's why.
Yeah, because most of the owners that are in Wellington Mara, New York Giants,
makes sense.
His father, Tim Mara, George Halas, Lamar Hunt, you know,
Rooney.
they're both Roonies. You know, these are the ones that they've changed the game. You know, they had an influence on the game, but then
Or they were originals, right? They're still
they're
around.
originals.
They're mainstays of the NFL, right?
Was
You know what I mean?
Charles Bidwell with the St. Louis Cardinals, but then you got this guy that's in there, George Preston Marshall. He was the owner of the Washington Redskins. He was the last owner to have any African American players on the team.
What?
They had to force him. I think it was Bobby Mitchell. They had to force him to have an African American on a team.
Wow.
So they had to force this owner to have an African American team named after
The Redskins.
named after a racial, insulting what is deemed to be insulting. I'm not going to make an opinion on that, but
Right.
and they got him like what's the criteria?
That I don't know, to change the game, influence of the game or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that if anybody should have been in there, and it's too late now, whatever. I'm not one of the voters, whatever, but I would have thought twice about this guy.
Right. Interesting. So anyhow, I want to get that answer. But first of all, but when I saw the number 315, I know it's a special, being Hall of Fame is special.
Yeah.
But I didn't think 315. I thought that would be more than 315.
No, it's more than that.
It seemed low.
No, it's more. I think it's more than that. Number might have been wrong.
It says there are 310 members of the Pro Football
more than
Hall
that.
of Fame. Huh?
It was more than that.
Yeah.
I think the number's wrong.
Then again, you can't believe the internet, right? Or Adam Schefter.
No.
All righty. All right. So I wanted to answer that question for you. And then I want to let's talk a little bit about what's happening with the Dolphins. So, Kevin, are you up to speed with the Dolphins? They're saying they got some pretty good weapons there. Now let's get back to if Tua stays healthy. You understand this is nothing against the Dolphins or anyone. It's just the fact that when anyone tells me they start that statement, like no one's going into the season with particular players. Like we're not thinking if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. What?
It's 371 as of 2023.
371.
Yep.
Okay, that's still under 400. For some reason, I thought it would be more, but just because the league's been around for 57.
Yeah, but 100. But you figure they're the best of the best. You can't just put anybody in there. They're real picky about whatever. But let's go back to minute.
Yeah, that's true, because 5 times 10 would be 500, right? 50 times 10 would be 500. So 371 makes about sense. So what are the moves that the Dolphins made that they're talking all about? I'm hearing they're putting some loaded weapons for Tua.
Okay, well, they restructured Chubb. They restructured opening up cap space. Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, I think, restructured their contracts to make, to get more money under the cap, because we was over the cap by like $40 million when the season was over with. But we brought on Jalen Ramsey. We brought our whole running backfield back, all four. I think it was Jeff Wilson, Mostert. Yeah.
Mostert, yeah.
Mostert, what's the other? And the other two backup running backs.
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
Okay. Well, yeah,
and
they were saying the AFC East is going to be tough.
It's going to be fun.
Well, wait a minute. Here.
I'm not scared.
A question.
Yes, sir.
Why are all these players flocking to Florida? Is it because does it have something to do with no state tax down there?
Exactly.
That these guys,
more of your money. Keep more of your money.
You figure Jalen Ramsey left California, which is probably one of the highest tax places it could be, to come to Florida. So you figure, I don't know what his number is.
Oh, that's who they added, Jalen Ramsey too, right?
Jalen Ramsey, yeah.
So you figure if he's getting 10 million and he's playing in Los Angeles, he's probably making half of that. there. And now he's going to go to Florida. He's going to get, he's going to get a little bit more of his money. So there's a lot of guys, man, that are flocking to, Miami and, Jacksonville and all these teams down in Florida because of the no state tax.
But how does that work? I'm not familiar with it. I've heard that every state that they play in, they have to pay taxes to that state.
Entertainment tax.
That's what it is. Okay.
Who pays it? The player?
Yeah.
Player, yeah.
They pay it out of what? Out of their pay for the
How do
week?
they pay?
Yeah, whatever they pay that week, wherever they're playing, those 8 away games, they got to file those 8 different places.
If those, but unless they're playing in Texas,
or Texas, or Miami, or Florida, and so I think Las Vegas, Nevada's like that too.
Yeah. So in other words, out of 17 games they play,
guaranteed 8, you don't have to pay taxes if you're in Miami, in Florida. If you're playing in Florida.
Out of 17 games they play, they pay entertainment taxes in the states that you have to pay state tax.
Yep, that's what I heard. Yep.
Right.
That sucks too.
So, but when they get their bonus up front in the beginning, it's where they live, right?
Right. Yeah. The base salary. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know about the entertainment tax. That's funny. They got to pay the entertainment tax, and they're the entertainment.
NBA do the same thing.
Yeah, everybody, all major sports.
Pay more.
I never knew that. That part I didn't know.
Baseballs, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, but all those other ones got guaranteed.
You still got to pay taxes on it,
right? Sorry.
You still have to pay taxes either way.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but if you which will lead us to our next piece, right? Lamar Jackson on guaranteed contracts. They're really taking a lot of shots at Deshaun Watson's a contract because they think they messed all that up, right? They're saying, hey, he should have got guaranteed money. So what do you think about the Lamar Jackson piece? Right now he wants out of Baltimore.
Oh well, it's like to me it's like real estate. Let's say a house is worth about 400,000 and it goes for 6. We know it's not worth that much, but that sets the market.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson, that was a terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were reaching for, but that was terrible. That was a terrible contract, and all the other NFL owners are mad at the Cleveland owner making that deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because then Watson got more guaranteed money than Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. Patrick Mahomes got two Super Bowls, and his trajectory is towards more.
Mm-hmm. Now his contract is bigger, but he got more guaranteed, and I think Lamar is asking for more guaranteed money, right? And they're saying, hey, Lamar Jackson's one of the MVPs, he's done all these things. What do you think about? They were making an interesting comment today. They were saying that Lamar Jackson, as great as he is, probably wasn't a good fit. One of the comments wasn't a good fit for Baltimore because if Baltimore's 2 Super Bowls were played with non-superstar quarterbacks.
Defense, yeah.
Right.
That was a different time, though.
I'm just sharing with you, but it was still Jim Harbaugh.
Huh?
It wasn't a Jim Harbaugh still won the Super Bowls.
Yeah, but that was
so. What they were saying is they kept they weren't putting everything they needed around him, and they're always playing the defensive side of the game, right? So they may be a team that can win, but they can win with a non-superstar quarterback because they're so defensive minded. Because both of the championships they got were defensive wins.
Yeah, but their defense is
who was it? Flacco and who's the other guy? Dilfer?
Trent
Dilfer.
Yeah, but their defense is not dominant now the way it was when they won those 2.
When Ray Lewis was there, right?
They were dominant defense. They were like top 5 ever kind of defense, winning the Super Bowl. They were good. And, for some, with the whole contract thing, Deshaun Watson got all that money because what he might do, because Cleveland was loaded. They had the receivers and the running back, offensive line, and that owner was shooting for the stars as far as getting to the Super Bowl. And they figured that one piece was that quarterback, and it just happened to be Deshaun Watson just happened to fall into a whole boatload of money. Is he a top 5 quarterback? No.
10? No.
Not even top 10.
Maybe 10. Maybe 10. He might squeak in the top 10.
Nah.
Yeah.
Who, Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Well, we ain't seen him play in a long time. When he was playing, he was good.
He didn't. When he played last, he didn't light it up last year when he played.
No, I mean, he's coming back off a long wait,
layoff.
man, coming on a new team. So we'll see what's happening there.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening this year.
We're gonna see what's happening this year. Well,
Right.
we get the picks are coming up. The draft's coming up in April 27th.
Yep.
So we're getting pretty excited for that, and we're gonna get a little deeper into your draft, see what happens there. I still think that Green Bay is going to wait. They're not going to do anything until after June. There's no reason to do it. I think it's going to happen. I don't know why they keep talking about it, because there's no scenario of which. Why would anybody want to make a move and give up $20 million for a guy, for anybody? Right. I mean, there's no reason for them to do it. So I think it's going to happen, but it's going to happen until after June. So we'll see what happens. But
another thing is, why would you give the 13th pick in the draft for a guy that you don't know is going to play past this year? He might too. He might, and that's it. Why would you give the 13th?
I'm with Marcus Spears, man. You're in desperate. He makes a difference. You pick. Wait a second. You just finished saying that if Aaron Rodgers goes there, they win the NFC East.
Yes.
Okay.
But you don't know. Okay, but you don't know if he's going to play past this year.
Okay, but that's all. But look what happened to the Rams.
Pretty much what Tampa did with Tom Brady. Got a Super Bowl. They good.
Look at the Rams. They took a sledgehammer to the whole team.
Yeah.
Oh, Brady did better than the Rams did. He was one game away from going back to the Super Bowl.
But it's about they won a Super Bowl. Okay, big push for season tickets. You locked in for 3 or 4 years. Okay, we're in the dumps now, but guess what? We got our money.
Yeah. I think the Jets, they'll definitely. I mean, I already got my friends that are telling me they got 100 people going to the game opener, and I should fly out. I mean, you're talking about there's a big celebration going on. So
they don't have a quarterback yet.
Yeah, I know. So, all righty. Well, Kevin, thanks for joining our show today, as always. Byron,
appreciate the invite.
Thanks for the great job on the draft and on the depth chart, even though things haven't changed other than us keep adding more receivers. We need a center. And you know what's weird, Byron? Everybody needs linemen. Yet we're not, either the college ain't producing them or they're just not picking them. and the one thing that I read about was linemen are usually the best picks, offensive linemen, because they usually stay for at least 3 to 5 years with the team.
Yep.
Like, so you get your money's worth out of a lineman than you do. And remember, there was a time they weren't picking quarterbacks for a while in the first, very early in the first round. It's just There were too many busts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's switching back, I guess, because they're hoping to find the next whatever. But I think it's almost like the real estate market or where things get hot and then it just collapse. I think that's what happens. There's how many quarterbacks can keep producing like that, right? Because for some time, there's a lot of really good young quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
Got some studs right now.
All righty. Well, don't forget to subscribe to the Sportscast on all your channels. Please subscribe to the Jersey Boys Sportscast on Sports Talk on podcast on YouTube on your iPhone. Smash the like button and the follow button. Subscribe button on YouTube. We will see you next Thursday at what time, Byron?
8 o'clock.
You got the right numbers up. 9 o'clock. You got 9 numbers again. All right.
8
from
the 5th floor.
8 p.m. Kevin, thank you. Good luck with the Dolphins. It's going to be a great season this year. I like seeing the mix up like that when something happens.
And I also want to say big up to Zach Thomas for making a Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Good for Zach. Yeah, he was a player, man. Let me tell you, I was
favorite player, my favorite player.
Was a heck of a player. Hey, that was a Jimmy Johnson pick.
Yes.
Jimmy Johnson. I like Jimmy Johnson. All right, gentlemen. Well, you guys have a good night. God bless. And Jersey representing NCAA, and let's go. It's all about the U, baby.
FAU.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Try.